New South Wales is building another dam. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, I'm Florian Heise and welcome to another episode of Heise Says. I've got my afternoon stein of coffee and I'm having a relaxing Sunday. I trust you are as well. And I thought we would have a look at this article because it looks like New South Wales are building a dam. And this hasn't happened for a very long time. Now, before we go through this article, I want to just bring your attention to two other videos I did a couple of months ago. There's one about New South Wales freshwater scarcity, how little water is available in some of the western towns. You can see here on the still from the video. I'll link to the video above. This is, well, fitting, or it comes home to me a bit stronger now since we went out west, not even that far here in Queensland, and you can see how brown the country is and how thirsty the land is. How many every time we drive over a little stream or river, I turn to Rachel and go, is there any water in it? She goes, empty, empty, empty. If you go to the community page, I did take a photo near Binduma Dam, which is probably down around 30%. I found, frankly, the most horrific looking aspect I could. I framed it intentionally, just to show how it's recessed. But the dam was lovely there. It was a great trip. But, so that's showing that there is an issue out west, not just in New South Wales, also in Queensland. Then there's another video I want to bring your attention to, and this is Australia's population growth outstrips our water supply. And here I looked at the dams that Australia has in the entire country, and then the modifications to the new dams that were built. And I counted up how much our potable water capacity, so dam storage capacity, drinking and recreation, has increased over since 2000. Because since 2000, I picked that year because our population has increased by 25% in that period. And if you haven't watched that video, I encourage you to have a look. And I encourage you, please, share that one in particular with your friends and family, because it is important to realize that we've had this rampant population growth since 2000 here in Australia. And when people are going, oh, infrastructure isn't keeping up, or it's just everything feels a bit more expensive, they seem to be rushing to building roads. Well, in some ways it's true. In some ways it is true. Now, here's a question. Here's a question from the free market perspective. Could you get a free market dam project up and running, or would it be too difficult? Are there any in the world that have happened? I'm interested to find out a model. I mean, if you could invest, if a company was listing on the stock exchange and you could invest money in a dam project, would you or wouldn't you? I bloody well would. Let me know what you think, guys. So let's jump here to this article, and I'll just have a swig of my coffee. It's good. Good coffee. So PM loves premiers who want to build dams. So at least this is being talked about, and this is from the Canberra Times. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has given the New South Wales Berejiklian government a pat on the back for joining forces with his government to build the first dam in the state in more than 30 years. 30 years. Just think about that, guys. That's longer than some of the viewers of this show have been alive. Mr. Morrison was in Tamworth on Sunday when Premier Gladys Berejiklian to announce a $1 billion investment in dams and water infrastructure projects around the state. Does it seem a bit reactionary though, people? That's my one question. The 50-50 investment includes a $480 million new Duwangowan Dam near Tamworth, along with a $650 million upgrade of Wyangala Dam in the New South Wales Centre West. And if we just jump here, we can see, here you go, you can see, Tamworth here and then the Centre West. There's some issues with some of these. Well, look how little the water supply is there, 1.1%, 5.9%, 0.9% of capacity. I love working with premiers that want to build dams, a beaming Prime Minister told reporters. And not just say they want to do it, but are actually going to do it and roll up their sleeves and ensure that we can get these built. Such infrastructure will aid regional and rural communities build drought resistance into the future. Will it? I hope it does. But the problem is, you know, we're in the middle of a drought now. This should have been done 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Wait till the protesters start coming out. Just wait. Just wait. The joint venture will also help free up New South Wales funding to allow progress for critical town water projects across the state. We want to get these projects underway because this is about water supply and security, Mr. Morrison said. These projects don't happen overnight, but we're working as quickly as possible to get all the necessary work done so we can start digging. Miss Bergeliakan, I buggered that up, estimated the new dam would take about 4 years to build. So here you go. I mean, this is the problem, guys. This is the problem with all of these projects. These are big infrastructure projects. They take years to get moving. So with the government saying, can we move all these shovel-ready projects, quick. That's the concern, you know. I mean, this is great news that they're actually doing it. It's just sad that it's taken towns nearly running out of water and a tremendous drought to kind of give them the kick. How would we be if all of that money that rather than investing in apartment buildings, people were investing in infrastructure and owned a share of it? You know, and I don't mean the government. I mean if people could buy a share in a dam or water infrastructure as a publicly traded asset. So there will be an initial 25 million 50-50 investment for the proposed 100 megalitre Border Rivers project on the Mole River near the Queensland border. She described the announcements as historic, given the last dam built in New South Wales was in 1987. However, the National Conservation Council has warned the New South Wales government to retain thorough assessment of water infrastructure projects to avoid further ecological catastrophes like the mass fish killing earlier this year. Wouldn't having additional water kind of prevent that? And you can stock these dams with fish species and people use them for recreation. We need thorough assessments of water infrastructure projects now more than ever to ensure we don't make matters worse, the council's chief executive, Chris Gambian, said in a statement. The problems we are facing today are the direct result of this government refusing to listen to its own planning experts who warned of this looming water crisis 6 years ago. Well, that's the issue here. It's the water crisis that Australia is facing. It's going to become more and more of an issue. Now, there is another related topic that I will look at, probably not today, maybe in another couple of days. It's to do with water supply and how groundwater is getting sold, access to this, and there's a whole lot of issues in that sector. But guys, once again, I'd encourage you to have a look at this video here, and we can see the water capacity that we have in the different dams, and I go through it and I add it all up. I do some Excel magic. And also the New South Wales freshwater scarcity. That is another big issue. I'm just checking here to make sure everything's working with the recording. I've had a few issues. So, yeah, guys, what do you think? Are you confident that this new dam will work? Do you think the 4 years will address the drought? Or do you think 4 years' time will be fast enough? Do you think it should have been 4 years before, shouldn't it? But at least they are moving on it. That is the positive. They are moving on it, guys. It's coming together, and we're starting to get some infrastructure happening. Sorry, I've got some hard drive issues at the moment, guys. I'm just looking down and getting it sorted. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's a good move? Are you supportive? Is it good to see some infrastructure investment in dam projects? Would this change how you vote? Would it influence your vote if you're seeing a government taking these steps? Are you supportive of this, or are you against it? And what other projects would you recommend? What would you rather? A highway or a dam? Fight it out in the comments, guys. Please like, share and subscribe. And thank you for everyone for watching. If you'd like to help me produce more content, I have a Patreon and subscribe star below. Really appreciate all your support, and I will talk to you all again later today. Take care.